days, so I thought it's okay. But since then, of course, I'm more thinking about my life and how to go forward, you know. It was 36 days from Masago's diagnosis with cancer to her Songwa. And that was amazingly just under 40 days. And from then till now, also it's 36 days. So this is the first time I've been able to share anything. We just asked, we asked to put questions down, and I feel, for me, it's always been difficult to testify to my faith, especially to my family and friends, relatives, because of the big black cloud, right? But since Master was passing, I realized that we have to be really grateful for our life, and especially for our couples, because without Masago, I wouldn't be here now, for sure. I see a lot of my friends who are still about my age, and they've had maybe 2 or 3 marriages, you know, and they're not happy. I can see they're not happy. They often ask me what I'm doing, and they feel something. So for Masago as well, you know, if she was here now, she'd say that we were able to save each other. And I'm really grateful to True Father for that, because without him, I wouldn't be here. And isn't that amazing that, you know, we met each other 4 days before our blessing, and 42 years later, we're still together. And actually, I'm in some ways, I'm closer to her now, because we have devotional time throughout the day where she's with me. She's even on my phone. So I feel really close to her, and yeah, she's such a wonderful person, okay? You all know that, I know. Despite the warts and all, we've all got warts, but we are able to overcome them, you know, and work together to become more beautiful people. So we used to have a saying in the late 80s when Humjinim returned to the earth, spiritually returned. Do you remember what he called us? Chosen ones and second selves. And I really felt that for us, we were chosen for each other, Masago and myself. And also, she is like my second self. In fact, our Father would say that we meet True Father as our Messiah, our Messiah these days, 2,000 years after Jesus. And our second Messiah is our husband or wife. And our third Messiah is our children. And what does that mean? It means that they help us. They remind us of God's unforgiving love and His grace. And through that, we're able to carry on. I've had some lovely experiences just this last 40 days. So I know she's with me all the time. And I just want to read this. This is from the New Testament. I think it's not James. What's after James? Anyway, I'll tell you later. And it's chapter 3 from the first book of Peter, I think. Oh, okay. Chapter 3, and it's subtitled Wives and Husbands. In the same way, you wives must submit to your husbands, so that if any of them do not believe God's word, your conduct will win them over to believe. It will not be necessary for you to say a word, because they will see how pure and reverent your conduct is. You should not use outward aids to make yourselves beautiful, such as the way you do your hair, or the jewelry you put on, or the dresses you wear. Instead, your beauty should consist of your true self, the ageless beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of the greatest value in God's sight. For the devout women of the past who placed their hope in God used to make themselves beautiful by submitting to their husbands. Sarah was like that. She obeyed Abraham and called him her master. You are now her daughters, if you do good and are not afraid of anything. In the same way, you husbands must live with your wives with the proper understanding that they are weaker than you. Treat them with respect, because they also will receive, together with you, God's gift of life. Do this so that nothing will interfere with your prayers. Those words really went deep into my heart, because that's how blessed couples should be. We're different to other couples. And, just one day I was reading, one of my favorite songs is 23, which we never sing, Suffering Heart. And the last line of some of the verses are really so apt. Verse 3, how then could I ever begin thanking the Lord for such grace? Verse 5, finally today I am reborn, filled with abundant new life. And verse 6, find how you become lovely to see through all your suffering and pain. So don't worry for me. I thank you for your prayers and your support. It's really beautiful to see all the testimonies, but I'm okay. These are tears of joy. Thank you.
Thank you.